Did you know that monuments to condensed milk actually exist in our world? Yes, in Russia, cities like Yekaterinburg and Surgut proudly display statues dedicated to this sweet, creamy staple, proof of just how beloved it is. But have you ever wondered how condensed milk is actually made? From the moment fresh milk arrives at the factory, it goes through a fascinating process, all carefully designed to create that thick, luscious treat we can't get enough of. The story of condensed milk begins in the 1850s. An American named Gail Borden saw a big problem. Fresh milk spoiled too fast, and many kids were getting sick from drinking bad milk. He experimented and found a way to remove water from milk and add sugar, making it thick, sweet, and long-lasting. His invention became a lifesaver, especially during the Civil War when soldiers needed food that wouldn't spoil. It provided essential nutrition while being easy to store and transport. His brand, Eagle Brand, became famous. Today, condensed milk is loved all over the world and used in tons of delicious treats. Condensed milk starts with dairy farms across the US, where millions of cows produce fresh milk. In the past, farmers had to milk cows by hand, one at a time. But thanks to milking machines, which gently extract milk like a human hand would, a single farmer can now milk up to 100 cows per hour instead of just 6. Healthy, well-cared-for cows produce more milk and live longer. So modern farms focus on their well-being. Some farms have thousands of cows, with technology helping to keep them comfortable and productive. In large milking parlors, up to 80 cows can be milked at once, following a set routine, something cows actually prefer. This smooth process ensures a steady milk supply, which is then used to make the condensed milk we love. Modern milking systems are faster and more efficient, increasing milk production by 30%. Before milking, workers clean the cow's teats with an iodine solution to keep things sanitary. Then, milking cups are attached, mimicking the natural sucking motion of a calf to draw out the milk. The process takes about 7 minutes, and once done, the cups detach automatically. A dairy cow eats around 45 kilograms of feed and drinks 300 liters of water daily, allowing it to produce up to 38 liters of milk every single day. Thanks to better technology and nutrition, cows today make 3 times more milk than they did 50 years ago. Cows start producing milk at around 2 years old after giving birth to their first calf. The calf is usually separated within an hour to prevent infection, then bottle-fed with its mother's milk. Meanwhile, the mother begins her milking routine, producing milk for 305 days straight before taking a 60-day break to have her next calf. Then the cycle repeats. Interestingly, milk itself is 87% water, making it a nutrient-rich but light liquid. The process starts when cows digest their food, breaking it down into nutrients that enter their bloodstream. These nutrients travel to the mammary glands, where they are turned into milk. Fresh from the udder, the milk is about 32 degrees Celsius and is immediately cooled to 2 to 3 degrees Celsius in refrigerated tanks. But at this stage, it's still raw and may contain bacteria. To ensure safety, the milk is loaded onto huge tanker trucks, each carrying up to 20,000 liters, and transported to dairy processing plants. Some, like Nestlé's facility in California, run 24/7 and process over 1.6 million liters of milk a day. Tankers arrive non-stop, bringing in 567,000 liters daily, much of it just 6 hours old. Before being accepted, every batch is tested for fat and salt levels and checked for antibiotics. Once approved, the milk is stored in massive silos that hold up to 2.8 million liters, enough to make 20 million cans of condensed milk. But first, the fat content must be adjusted. This is done with a centrifugal separator, which spins at 7,000 revolutions per minute. The heavier skim milk moves outward, while the lighter cream collects in the center. This process separates the milk into 2 parts, cream with about 20% fat and skim milk with less than 10%. The skim milk is then used as the base for making condensed milk. The next step is pasteurization, which kills bacteria and makes the milk safer to drink. First, the milk is cooled to 3 degrees Celsius, then heated to 72 degrees Celsius using a heat exchanger. It stays at this temperature for 15.5 seconds before being cooled back down to 3 degrees Celsius. The entire process takes less than 40 seconds and removes 99% of bacteria. Before pasteurization, milk spoiled quickly and often carried harmful germs. The method was developed by French scientist Louis Pasteur in 1862 to keep wine from spoiling and was later applied to milk. After pasteurization, sugar is added, not just for sweetness, but also to help preserve the milk. The milk and sugar mixture is then heated again to dissolve the sugar evenly and prevent crystallization, which could ruin its smooth texture. Next, the milk enters an evaporator, a large machine that removes about 60% of its water. Using heat and pressure, the evaporator turns the water into vapor without damaging the milk's nutrients. This process thickens the milk, giving it its rich texture and sweet flavor. The evaporator has several tall towers called calandrias, filled with stainless steel tubes. Steam surrounds these tubes, heating the milk as it flows through. As the milk moves downward, water evaporates, leaving behind a concentrated mixture of proteins, sugars, and fats. Once it reaches the right consistency, the milk moves on to the final step, homogenization. During homogenization, the fat is broken into tiny, uniform particles, giving the milk a smooth texture and preventing separation. Before packaging, the containers are sterilized to kill any germs that could spoil the product. Once the condensed milk reaches the right consistency, it moves to filling machines. These machines carefully measure and pour the exact amount into each container to ensure consistency and reduce waste. After filling, the containers are tightly sealed to keep out contaminants. To guarantee safety, the sealed cans go through one last sterilization process. They are placed in autoclaves where high-pressure steam kills any remaining microorganisms. This final step ensures the condensed milk stays safe to eat and lasts a long time. Now it's time for packaging. The containers are sterilized to eliminate any remaining bacteria before filling them with the sweet treat. After being sealed tightly, the cans undergo a final sterilization process using high-pressure steam. This ensures that the condensed milk remains safe to eat for a long time. After packaging, it's loaded onto large trucks and transported to local stores and supermarkets, ready for you to grab and enjoy in your favorite recipes. Condensed milk is undeniably sweet and delicious, and it's also quite rich in calories. A tablespoon contains about 60 calories and is packed with sugars. However, it also provides essential nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, which are good for your bones. Condensed milk isn't just popular in one country, it's loved worldwide. In many cultures, it's used in desserts like pies, cakes, and puddings. Many people enjoy eating condensed milk straight from the can or using it as a topping for fruits or pancakes. In Latin America, it's the magic behind dulce de leche, a caramel-like spread that takes hours to perfect, and tres leches cake, a sponge cake soaked in 3 kinds of milk for an ultra-moist, indulgent bite. Travel to Southeast Asia, and you'll find it in Vietnamese iced coffee, balancing the bold flavors of strong brew with creamy sweetness, or in Thai iced tea, where it turns spiced black tea into a smooth, refreshing treat. In the Philippines, celebrations aren't complete without leche flan, a silky caramel custard, or buko pandan, a tropical dessert with young coconut, pandan jelly, and of course, sweetened condensed milk, tying it all together. The Middle East has its own way of using it, blending it with nuts to create rich, creamy milk-based sweets often served at special gatherings. And in the US, it's the secret ingredient behind classics like key lime pie, pumpkin pie, and Hello Dolly bars, giving these desserts their signature texture and sweetness. delicious, but it doesn't stop at sweets. Some chefs get creative, using condensed milk to caramelize meats for tacos, or even mix it into mac and cheese for an extra creamy twist. No matter where you go, condensed milk has a way of making food richer, sweeter, and just a little more irresistible. How do you like to have your condensed milk? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see how your favorite foods are made, be sure to check out the other videos on our channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more deliciously cool content coming your way. Stay tuned.